Well, Scott, you're with Southwest Boxing Media in association with Brixton Streetwear. Delighted to be joined by Tyrone, the Mighty Celt Mckenna. Tyrone, how are you, mate?
Oh, good, Scott. How's things?
Yeah, not bad. Wales is as sunny as ever, but, being both Celts, I'm sure we both used to that rain, mate, aren't we?
We're used to that. We're used to
that. Obviously, great news, mate, with the fight. You must be obviously deep in the camp. How was it going?
Yeah, brilliant. It actually came out of the blue, to be honest. I thought it was dead in the water, the fight, a few weeks ago.
I think we all did, mate, to be honest. We were all looking at it and we think, oh, yes, and then nothing. But
yeah, it was going to hot and cold. And then my manager said, look, that fight's finished. It's not happening. We got a different opponent we were looking at, and the same date. But so that was my mind was focused on my new opponent, and I forgot about Prograis, really. I was focusing on my new opponent, and then 2 days ago, it was only after sparring Jack Carroll, got out of the ring, got home, and got a phone call from the manager saying, here, bad news, your fight's off. And I was like, fuck's sake. He said, but back on Prograis. So I was buzzing. I'm up. Like, that's a fight I wanted. I've been calling for it. I've been saying shit all over Twitter. So, I mean, I'm a man that likes to back up when I'm talking shit. I want to get in there and fight them. I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it. When I say it's something I want.
I suppose it's obviously really good timing, really. You fighting, obviously, Jack Carroll, sparring, obviously, for the Josh Taylor fight. Jack's obviously, as you would know, obviously better than anybody. A fantastic fight. I mean, it must be a massive sort of help now in the prelims for you before you fight Prograis, fighting somebody at this sort of level, or sparring somebody at this level.
I would say I came over, I'd agreed to sparring with him before I knew Prograis was happening, but now that Prograis is happening, he's the ideal sparring partner you want. He's a hard-hitting southpaw. He's got great shot selection. I kind of like the Prograis.
Skillful, mate, as well. I think he's quite a skillful fighter.
Very good upper body movement and stuff like that. So he's actually ideal sparring, and couldn't ask for better. And while Prograis was sunning himself in Dubai, Mexico, and wherever else he was, I was in the gym training. I'm in a great position.
Got the edge already, mate, haven't you?
Like, he's only started camp Monday. I'm sparring Jack Carroll on Monday, so that's the difference of me training with this in this fight.
Definitely, mate. I mean, obviously we know Regis. He's fought Josh Taylor. He's had a few spats on Twitter. Believe it or not, mate, he's acted a spat with Twitter with me.
Has he?
He has, yeah. I posted a selfie of me and Josh on Twitter. And he retweeted it saying, bloody hell, look at Josh Taylor with Mr. Bean's son. So I was straight on their back. Obviously, I wasn't being Billy Big Bollocks or anything, but I had a bit of a back and two with him. But yeah, me and you and Regis have all had a bit of a spat, mate.
You have to be Team Mckenna, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, funny enough, when we went and visited O'Hara Davis and we interviewed him, and as soon as we interviewed you, he unfollowed us. So you've pissed quite a few people off in sort of our little circle, mate.
I don't want you like I make him piss you off, but I'm excited for this fight happening.
I mean, do you think the Twitter beef though between you and obviously Prograis was what got the ball rolling? Is why maybe the fight's been made?
Well, I mean, I've never had a promoter back me. I've never had Matchroom or BT Sport or anything like that, or Top Rank. So I do all my own promotion, all my self-promoting myself. I make things happen. So I mean, it's the way of the new world. I mean, a lot of fights are made on Twitter. People want to see grudge matches. People want to see people that have beef. So to get where I want to get, I have to. If I have to start in someone or make something happen, I'll do it. Yeah. So
do you think he's come up and sort of said he's, as we all know, I'm one of the most avoided fighters, in boxing. Do you think that's true? Because people don't want to fight him, or do you think it's true because he hasn't got any belts? So what's the point in jumping in with him?
He's an avoided fighter because he is good, but he has zero forward. He has no belts. He's nothing. So people are looking at him going, really hard fight with no reward. Obviously, Josh Taylor's all belts, so that's why he's being avoided. There is easier fights to take out there. I was offered easier fights, but I'm a maniac and I'm one of the hardest fights there is. So I took the fight.
I
He's
mean,
lucky enough I got a big pair of balls between my legs.
well, speaking of big pair of balls, haven't seen what Carl Frampton has just tweeted?
I just did.
Kieran just said to me, "No,
Exactly.
before you speak to Tyrone, mate, you've got to mention the thing Carl just stuck out. He just sent it to me now. I was like, oh, I've got to mention the big ball thing to Tyrone."
Listen, that's actually directed in Andy Town, definitely.
I mean, speaking of the fight, did you have to jump through like many hoops as like a fighter? I mean, we've seen obviously the Fury and White and the percentages and I won this and I won that. Does that ever happen for you, or you just like, you know, I want a war?
Well, no, that's fit here. Like I didn't ask for anything. I didn't ask about money. Didn't ask about titles. Didn't ask about anything. I just said, look, I want Regis Prograis. I don't care. I don't care about the money. Didn't care where it was. Didn't care who's A side, B side, who's what belts are on the line. I don't care. I just want to fight. I want to be entertaining. I want the biggest names, and I'm not going to be one to put blockers up and say, "Oh, I want this money," but I don't give a shit what I have.
Just basically, mate, you just love an absolute war, and you, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I know beating Prograis is going to further my career massively. So I'm not really looking at the mindset here. What am I getting for this one? I'm not. Some people may look at Prograis and go, "Here, this is the end of it. Let's get a big payday and then retire." I'm not looking at the guy. I'm looking at this man's going to further my career. So I don't care what the payday is because the next one's going to be even bigger.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is as well with boxing is, I mean, if you fight the elite fighters, let me look at Del Boy. I mean, his stock has risen so much, and he's lost how many in a row? But because of the people who he's fighting, his stock. I mean, when you think about it, you fought OD, you fought Jack Atwell, you're fighting Prograis. I mean, bloody hell, the stock's going to be booming no matter what happens, mate. Isn't it?
I mean, like, fans will forgive you if you're entertaining and lose, but they'll not forgive you if you're boring and win. Like the fans are what make you get the big fights, and me being entertaining, I'm always going to be in there with big fights.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I mean, the fight was obviously talked about as being a sort of an eliminator of the WBO. I mean, I don't think that's the case now, but how would you feel? I mean, obviously, if / when you win, fighting the winner of Josh and Jack, would you hoping that maybe Josh moves up? Because I know you two are mates, or does that not matter?
No, it doesn't really matter to me. Like, I am mates with Josh. I'm very friendly with Josh, but at the end of the day, it's boxing. You're going to fight your mates, and he's got all belts. So once I beat Prograis, obviously going to be looking at who's the champion. Josh Taylor, hopefully he does move up. I'd be happier with that. It'd be an easier world title fight anyway. But look, I mean, I think he will move up after his fight with Jack or whoever wins. I think he'll move up and get a big fight.
Do you think the Terence Crawford thing's going to happen at 147?
Yeah. But it makes sense, doesn't it? So I could see it.
Definitely.
So hopefully he does move up, and then I don't have to think about that.
I mean, we've seen Regis, fight many decent names, obviously Taylor and Dongo. He's a very clever, skillful fighter. And I've seen a few interviews recently where they've said, like, how are you going to beat him? But is the way to beat him just you, like Frampton showed, having those big balls, mate, just wearing him down and just, taking him into sort of deep waters with your massive heart?
I don't know, like, a lot of people see me as all balls and no brain, and I think that's a bit disrespectful because the stuff I do is actually pretty intelligent. And the traps I set and the catch counter and stuff like that is very difficult to do. So I think I do have a big boxing brain, and I think that's going to play a massive part. But yeah, maybe it is my balls. I mean, I think three things in boxing, in pro boxing, go a long way, and that's heart, balls, and a work rate, and I have all three, so why not?
And also height as well, mate. I mean, you're much taller than him. Like you said, he's too short to get in those rides, isn't he?
I may as well be 4 foot.
I mean, the fight is obviously, is in Dubai. Probellum again, sort of another sort of promotion company's taking the boxing world by storm. I mean, you looking forward to possibly, you looking forward to going to Dubai, or do you not really give a shit what it is? You just want the fight?
To be honest, it could be anywhere in the world because I'm going to be over in Dubai in a hotel room, starving, training, losing weight, and then fighting. So it's the same as everywhere, to be honest. obviously it sounds nice going to Dubai and it's going to be sunny and stuff, but that really doesn't mean nothing to me. It's a fight week. It's going to be the exact same as every fight week that I've had. So no, I know the last time I traveled over to Dubai, the guy got COVID and had to travel home empty-handed. So I haven't had a good experience with Dubai.
But I mean, I suppose, is there any sort of scope, mate, for you staying maybe after the fight with the family or something, you know, for a few weeks, sending her up around the pool in Dubai, or are you just going to be straight back to Ireland, you know, with this lovely
Straight back
sort of Celtic weather of ours?
Straight back and down to the local for a pint of Guinness. Yeah, I miss my local. I don't miss Dubai and sun. I want to go back down to the local. People I know and have a pint with them and celebrate.
A few pints of Guinness, mate, or
Got a few pints of Guinness.
I mean, there was a lot of talk about this being on the Katie Taylor and the car as well. Were you hoping for that, or I mean, or you're sort of as happy with Dubai? I mean, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, in Ireland, so that would have been sort of ideal, really.
I'm not gonna lie, that'd be the first time I've ever heard it was going to be on Katie Taylor on the card.
I think it was just wishful thinking from a slot, mate.
Maybe, but look, I'm just happy to have a fight it. Yeah, like the last time I fought was in August, and so it's been a long time, and I'm just happy to get a fight date, signed, sealed, and delivered, and focus on that. I don't care where it is or who it's in front of or anything like that, as long as I have a fight date and I'm ready to rumble.
I mean, do you think you and Regis, you know, despite the beef, you know, become sort of friends afterwards? Obviously, we saw you and O'Hara Davis were going at it beforehand. You know, sort of, it seems a little bit respectful now. Do you think post fight everything will be cool, or you just not a fan?
Whatever. I don't care. Like after a 10-round war, it's hard not to
have that respect,
to shake each other's hand and respect each other. But if he wants to continue to beat, then sweet. Like I'm not going to stand there and beg for fucking friendship. But whatever. Like after every fight that I've had, usually I do respect the fighter and respect the person. So we'll see.
Were you a bit surprised, mate? I mean, I've not really seen. I mean, obviously watched loads of boxing. I mean, but the Wilder fight, the third, sort of, but at the end, you sort of saying I don't respect you to Tyson. Did that take you by surprise? Or I mean, when you've lost, when you just got beat up, you're so gutted, you just want to just be like, oh, you know what, mate, just get out of my face.
Yeah, it was surprising now, but I don't know. People take defeat different. I mean, it is hard when you get defeated and then you're in the ring with someone, your emotions are flying and stuff. So, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I saw an interview obviously recently with Regis, and he said, I didn't know who he was, but I mean, do you believe that? Do you think, I mean, as a fighter, you surely must know who people are in the division. I mean, I know he's obviously behind Josh Taylor, #2, but he must be looking down the list, surely. Or do you think it's all...
I don't know, like, because there is some people who've called me out and I'm like, who are they? And they haven't even been that far behind me in the UK division. So, I don't know, maybe they didn't know me. I mean, a lot of Americans just look at other Americans and whoever's world champion and stuff. So, who knows? But he's going to find out who I am on the 19th of March. So,
let's go.
Let's do it.
I won't keep it for much longer, mate. Final prediction now. You and Regis, and obviously is a while away. How do you see it going down? Obviously, you haven't got to tell us the tactics, but what's going to happen?
I see it that he's going to underestimate me, try and blow me out of the water in the first few rounds, realize I've got a rock solid chin and freak out, and then I'm going to overtake him and start punishing him in the later rounds because he didn't train properly for someone who thought was a bum.
Definitely, mate. That sounds fantastic. And then maybe afterwards, then you can whisper in his ear about, you know, stop retweeting my mate Scott on Twitter taking this.
This is for Scott. Boom.
That would be fantastic. Well, Tyrone, I got to say thanks, mate, for your time. I also got to say, when we first started up a few years ago, you were one of the first, if not maybe the first person to give us time, and we do really, really appreciate that, mate.
Appreciate that. No worries, anytime.
Yeah. Tyrone, give him one for me, mate. And I mean, obviously.
Yeah.